first matchup of the Grand Prix is going to be Diallo Braithwaite versus Cameron Mellott or Mellott.
Mellott. Yeah.
We've settled on Mellott. Diallo Braithwaite against
Mellott.
Cameron.
Mellott. I'm
Mellott.
sorry.
All right.
I believe so.
All right. It's Mellott. It's Mellott.
Depends on if she's Italian or not.
They're their first matchup here in our bracket. As you can see, winner will take on Andrew Franco. As we pull to the circle as referee, promoter, owner, Josh is our referee for this one here.
So we got
Diallo
8 minutes.
with the tarps off. Cameron in the all black.
I'm really excited for this one, guys. Diallo was telling me backstage that he's an avid MMA competitor. I believe he's a champ in 3 weight classes.
Yeah,
Wow.
135, 145,
Right away, the
155 pound
pressure
amateur
passing.
champion in MMA.
And I spoke to Cameron in the back, too, and honestly, it's like talking to Socrates, bro. He was so philosophical. And he was giving me the best
Oh, he
answers.
jumps up. He can switch into Anaconda.
Cameron out of Ocean County BJJ, coached up here by Tom DeBlas.
You can tell the MMA guys because they do forward knee cutting. They push it right into the chest because they don't want to get leg locked.
Diallo is out of the lab.
You know, he jumped for that. Darce looked like...
Kimura's coming out the back door right here.
Oh, look at this.
He's got to pull back with his...
Oh, he's going to switch it off. Triangles his legs there.
Coach Dave Pickard for Diallo.
I would
And again, this
try
is
to
our first
stack
time
here.
seeing 8 minutes here in the regulation period here inside the circle. We're going
And
to
I'm
do that for our
excited.
Grand Prix in our black belt.
He's got to start
matchup.
stacking him and walking around.
I'm excited to see it, too, because, again, you got an MMA guy in Diallo that's training all different types of disciplines, and then you have Cameron that told me he's just very into 1, yoga, and
Look
2,
at that.
jiu-jitsu.
He put the knee on the calf and got him right out of there.
Diallo's doing this in the midst of preparation for his first pro fight for CFFC
Here comes
coming
the
up.
triangle. He could go armbar, triangle, or back take here, so the options are open for him. But he's doing a great job of pinning in the bottom leg.
As a competitor here before for HCS,
Beautiful
how
pass.
would you handle the extra time?
The extra time,
What does that do to your game?
I would honestly spend probably more time probably in the wrestling game, because when you have the 4 minutes, it's much more advantageous to get it right to the ground to get time to work. But here you could kind of work it out more, give up positions. That's the cool part about this. A lot of guys get confused. I even had a problem in my past where you get caught in something and you want to not give up the position where you could escape by jumping to your back or something. You could give up any position here and still have a chance in an 8-minute match, which I think is very important. You can see he's doing a great job of just sitting in the entanglements, getting his knees back in, and escaping.
No, with all the extra time, no need to rush everything. As we just hit the 6-minute mark again, that is our standard for the pro matchup. So they've been playing
pretty
here
deep
already
on
for
the
over
leg
2
here,
minutes,
though.
and now we're just at where it normally is.
If he get his head out the back door here, he'll have a very good chance of getting that right leg.
I think the ultimate goal here should be Diallo should try to weigh on him as much as possible and drain him with the wrestling, drop pressure, and like
He's
I
doing
said,
a
just
great
drain him.
job of pummeling the legs in, too, on
Yeah.
the entanglements, which is very impressive.
And then for Cameron too, the goal should be, hey, get like
As
budge
we
but don't
separate.
break.
And right back to it.
Because here's the thing, he knows that Diallo's going to try to weigh on him and drain him, cook him on top.
He's got
so
the
ultimate
lockdown
goal,
there, so he's obviously trying to cook him up.
Yeah. Listen, he's going to look to find his submissions. He's more the traditional jiu-jitsu practitioner, but he can't give so much positioning away to Diallo, so he
Yeah.
gets drained by the end of the fight.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, 8 minutes is a lot of time to cook a guy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he's favoring that lockdown
The
now.
chest to chest, yeah, he's doing good. He's got to walk his hips out, try to
Drop
put the
the
hips to one
lock.
side. He's doing a great job of negating the game of him getting under him, though, as the
Yes.
MMA guy.
That crossface is super important when
Yep.
guys are going to look to dive underneath, get a hold of that leg.
He's got to
Yep.
escape that knee line if he wants a chance.
Yep, and here comes the underhook here.
The scorpion is still super tight. He's got to hike back a little bit, get on the hips.
And in this position, the underhook's so vital. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron starts to just keep kicking his legs and try to come out that side.
Yeah, he's
But hey,
doing
you
great.
might not want to wrestle up. Yeah.
Yeah, as a jiu-jitsu guy, you do not want to. He's doing a great job of playing the half guard game here. I would hang out here. You got 4 minutes to work. He's trying to work more and more under him. I think you can maybe figure something out here.
And I don't need to explain to you, the underhook is gold, man. He who has the underhook makes the rule when it comes to passing.
Yep. And he can maybe come out with the armbar here. Nope, he's wrestling up on top. Got to go head in the stomach.
And that guard retention, very good.
We
See,
got
these are the positions that matter.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of keeping his knees in here. He's got to try to block the hip with his left hand to get past that guard. He's very flexible in the bottom there.
And it's important for Diallo not to overextend himself in these situations.
Yeah, he
because-
just did right there, and now
Yep.
he's in a deep leg entanglement. Nice.
Cameron was telling me in the back that he was going to go with the flow for the most part. He didn't have a set game plan.
Yeah, it's a very smooth match right now so far. No one's exerting too much energy. It seems like they're kind of just flowing through positions. I'm waiting for a guy to kind of explode to try to catch something here towards the last 3 minutes.
Just hit
Cameron's
3-minute
whole
mark,
game plan.
5 minutes in.
Whole game plan he gave me was to exploit a mistake, and then based on
seems
that,
like
just
that.
magnify the opportunity was the exact words he used. And I thought that was very interesting. Again, he was very philosophical. He just seemed like kind of be water type of mentality of I'll take what's given to me, and when he makes a mistake, I'll be there.
Looks like he's looking for a deep Ashi Garami right here.
Looks
If
like
he could
he's
get him over the top, he's going to get the leg entanglement.
tip.
Oh, man.
I try to grab the
He's
honey
doing a
bar.
great job of kicking that knee line out.
Yeah, this is a really compelling matchup so far.
Super
'Cause you see-
technical.
Yeah, you see two very different styles, but they're so good at what they're both trying to achieve.
That knee shield is super flexible, too. It's going to be super
Yeah.
hard to pass on top.
I don't know if either of you have been paying attention to this, but the finger tape on Diallo, that doesn't do anything.
What's that?
The finger tape he's got going on. He's got individually taped fingers. They're not taped together or anything like that. That doesn't do anything, right?
A wise man once told me, look good, feel good.
Yeah, I was going to
feel
say that.
good,
It's a
play good."
fashionable
Yeah.
choice. Okay.
Nah, man.
Listen, as those who have tuned into the circle before know, I care just as much about how they look inside the circle as I do about anything else that happens there. So I appreciate that, but I just want to make sure that there wasn't some sort of purposeful reason that I'd be missing here.
Hey, there might be some grip application, but on top of that, I think it's just as much a mind thing.
North-south choke.
Listen, I kind of like the tarps off tape look.
Hey, well, listen, all shorts cover the important parts, but everyone has a preference. Rolls here for,
Minute 30 to go.
looks here like he's
Well,
going to try to
50-50
kick his
to go.
legs back
Kicked
on
into
top.
the wall.
That's okay. And he is so bendy on
Oh,
bottom,
man.
Cameron.
He keeps
I
taking
told-
his head off the hips. It's killing him in those north-south positions.
He told me in the back, Cameron, that he's very into yoga, too, and I am definitely seeing that in the way he plays guard and retains it.
And so it's interesting to see the mentality and style approach when you have an MMA guy versus a jiu-jitsu practitioner. The jiu-jitsu people typically tend to be just calmer, more relaxed, not as aggressive. And then you get your MMA, your wrestlers in here, and they're just go, 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 go all the time. So it's always interesting when we get those matchups. As you
Well, I
can
mean, Cameron was putting a lot of emphasis on, he was telling me in the back how he puts just as much emphasis on training his mind as opposed to his body. So I'm sure,
and that seems like a very jiu-jitsu person thing to say.
yeah, that is Zen, man.
That
is
feels right
Zen.
on brand.
Looks like a little go-go plaza set up here.
Short time remain as we approach the 30-second mark here in the
Wow,
opening
great
period.
hip switch.
A lot of
there.
great action we've seen here in the 8-minute, but not too much
Oh,
danger.
he's getting the mission control position. He
As
can
I s-
hike up.
As I say that.
Yeah, so I say that hip line of Diallo super important.
And,
Oh, man. He's doing a
Arm's still
great
stuck.
job with those legs pummeling the upper body. He keeps
Look.
doing that all match.
Well, I think
Bit
Diallo
short
would
time
have
here.
I think he would have the advantage of, like you said, like keeping his head to the hip line, really trying to smash in there. And, you know, I don't think he's doing a poor job at all, but he's given just enough space for Cameron to come back into the picture with his legs.
And some
Ooh.
excitement there at the end, but we will move to overtime here.
Cameron gave you a little nod, I think. You dirty dog, Cameron.
That was definitely risky right there.
1
trying to
minute
do
EBI overtime. Again, time does
escape.
not matter in the first overtime.
Diallo looking
And now that
jacked.
we're already 8 minutes in, we're going to see how the time factor starts playing in terms of their stamina to keep up with something like this.
If I had to guess, I think this is where Cameron might start to get the advantage just
the calmer,
stylistically.
stylistic, where it's not as explosive. You need less energy in general, and also you probably exerted less energy that whole time to begin with. But minute to go.
Oh, great job switching there.
Still-
you should go to the
still
mount.
not out
Get
yet.
to the mount.
There it is.
If you could body
And there's
triangle
the
on top.
escape.
That's
Cameron able
excellent
to
work.
get out quickly there. As he escapes, Diallo now has to escape in order to extend this to overtime 2. Cameron with a ride out or submission will be our winner.
And you got to think going into it, I imagine Cameron's going to look to get body triangle here, just based on the flexibility of
Like
his
we saw
joints.
with Bobby in the last
Yeah.
one, once you've already escaped, you now have less pressure.
Yeah.
You don't have to submit them. Of course, you want to, as Bobby
yeah.
showed.
Oh, and he looks like he's
But
out
you
right
don't
away.
have to, but yeah, great explosion
You
right
just
away
gotta get
because he
his
saw
line.
the body triangle coming, knew what to do, able to get out very quickly there. No submission applied, and that is an escape for Diallo as we'll move to our second overtime, our ADCC overtime, 3-minute overtime. First one to a dominant position will win. Dominant meaning back, side, or mount.
Very
would
cool.
be our winner.
And wrestler might take the advantage in this type of round.
That's where you would think it's that, but Cameron did a great job in the opening period of never allowing Diallo to get to somewhere dominant.
Well, isn't that the beauty of it? You got two different guys with two different backgrounds, and positionally, they're both good at getting to positions. Now it's just a matter of who can get to their bread and butter quicker.
But Cameron does a great job every time pummeling with his legs, recovering in every position that Diallo's
He's doing a great job of pummeling the legs in. It's very impressive.
I think the most dominant position, it's not even dominant, we've seen him get to north-south a bunch, but that's about it.
And look at Diallo here, go
But
behind.
he's fine his hooks.
Throwing
Only
the
got
boots
one
in.
in. Cameron doing a good job blocking that second hook. Trying to step it over, still not in. He's getting close
Go
there.
belly down.
Still
Comes
not
on
in.
top.
But if you're Cameron here, you still got to worry about the submission. Submission always wins. So even
gotta
though
be
the hook's
very
not,
wary.
even though the hooks aren't fully in, you still got to worry about everything else. So
Get
it's-
them out.
Keep going, keep going.
Back to belly
Good
down.
job fighting it off still. Still no hooks yet.
This is where that wrestler urgency might come into play.
You should go short choke here and try to get it behind the back.
Yeah, threatening with the choke here could open him up a little, soften him up to at least get to the dominant position. You can,
Yep, right
especially
there.
as he fights off a choke, he's going to have to go to his back, and you can go to full mount from there.
It's the lesser of two evils.
He's still blocking the hook there.
Wow, good hand
Body
fighting.
triangle does,
Body triangle's
does
in.
not count, correct?
No.
I don't know.
I don't believe it does.
It's not counting here, so I'm going to go with it doesn't.
Yeah.
And close.
Oh, this isn't awesome.
One.
That's two hooks. That's two hooks.
And
Yep.
there it is.
Excellent job.
Diallo is able to sneak his hooks in finally, get to the dominant position. He is your winner in our quarterfinal matchup.
Dude, that was awesome.
Diallo Braithwaite, your winner in our second ADCC overtime. And Diallo is actually going to hop in to the booth here and join us for a little winner's interview.
What's up, buddy?
First of all, you can hop on with the headset. First of all, congratulations. Great stuff there.
Thank
Walk
you.
us through that winning sequence there as you're trying to fight your second hook in.
I was primarily either looking for that mount or the back. He's keeping those arms tight, so just looking to threaten the neck, threaten the smother, make him move. So,
Okay. Game plan for this, game plan for that matchup. What were you looking to accomplish? Do you think you were able to get to the positions you were looking to get to?
I was happy with everything. I like to play heavy, especially for something like this where most guys are going to try and go to the overtime versus do a lot in the opening round. So I'm looking to just drop that weight, tire them out, and then follow up in the next round.
All right. Speaking of the next round, you're going to be up against, I believe you're on the side of Andrew Franco. Any thoughts on that matchup there? Anything?
Don't know who that is.
All right, there it is. Yeah,
Go and get
Diallo, you move into our semis there. You see on the graphic up against Andrew Franco. Semifinals, 2 matches away from that $1,000. What's your mindset going into this next one and potentially the finals?
No different. Just drop that weight, play smart,
All right.
take the money.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey,
Make
best
the
of
money.
luck. We'll see you back here in the circle shortly.
Thank you.
Hey, good stuff, buddy.